Hey everybody. So this is going to be for Pisces for May. I've decided to do something a little bit differently. And I know that I'm comfortable with change. Some people are not though, so it would be really nice to get feedback on this. Because I may switch it up from the 9-card reading or just be an addition, but it really depends whether... I mean, I like these readings, but of course these are for you. So I'd love to know what you think. So, of course, feel free to email me. It's in the description box below or comment. Now, the way that these work, Pisces, is this is a message from your inner child. This is a message from your present self, from your future self. Then this card represents a part of your ego that you need to drop so that you can move, further along on the path. This is the strength that you have within this time. Or any time really, I'm sure, but it's very present at this moment. And then this is your advice, which you actually have 2 cards that came out. Now, let's see what you got, Pisces. I love tarot. There's absolutely no way to deny the fact that it is so intricately designed into this universe and magic. I really hope that all of you understand that too. I really believe that if you're watching these videos, you do, and I really congratulate you on that. It's wonderful to be so open-minded. Speaking of, there's no swords here. So, your inner child. Well, your inner child is letting you know that it's proud of all that you have accomplished up until this point. Well, there's 3 things. A, it's proud of you for all that you've accomplished up to this point, which I obviously needed to say again. You needed to hear that again. B, it's reminding you to be proud of yourself for all that you've accomplished up until this point. And C, it is letting you know that this gentleman just got, male or female, just got back from a journey. They just got back into town. But you never stop on your path. You're always going. So it's telling you to continue. Your inner child is letting you know that you need to get the 6 goes to the 7, to the 8, to the 9, and then all the way up to the Queen, which is your advice. And I think that that's wonderful. Okay, your present self is unsure right now. For some of you, it's really about your creativity. For some of you, it's about trust. But I think regardless of any of those being relatable, it's really about there's a piece of you in the present moment that wants to form its world. Like, it knows that it can form its world in any way it wants, but for some reason it's doing what it's done in the past. And there's an advice here to really communicate what it is that you want. I want a house with wood floors. I want south-facing windows. I'm moving, so of course, like, I'm pulling off of what would be important to me. These are just general, but, like, really, I mean, and these are just basic foundational things. Like, never mind, I want $6,000 in my bank account. I want always at some point $600 in my savings account. I want to expand my friend circle. You know, whatever. Like, it's really important. Your present self is reminding you that if you want to form your world, you need to communicate it. Words are magic. I've mentioned this to you in a prior reading, which I think is relative to all signs, but like it's very important, our surroundings. What we listen to for music. Do we watch too much television? You know, whatever. It's to each their own. Now, this Ace of Cups in the future self. I feel like if this guy, see, he's moving along, right? Your inner child's like going, learning, growing, awesome. Starting to actually feel good about it, and if you haven't, of course, this is a reminder from your inner child to do so. But then this guy just turns around. He like, you're going forward, and then, blah, you get stuck, you get blocked. And I feel like you're blocking, for some of you, you're blocking yourself, and your future self is letting you know that that's not how you, if you have to turn this guy around and see this extra wand of creation and pick a new way to create your life. Because if you don't, it's going to take you much longer to get to this position of truly being at peace with yourself. And of course, if you're already feeling like this, like really awesome and good for you. I'm very proud of you. It's a wonderful place to be. But even day-to-day struggles can make us feel like irritable, really like interrupt that peace, and we're not completely Buddhist about it. But this is really about emotional fulfillment. But not because of anyone else, but because of the decisions that we've made, our world that we made, how much we love ourselves really gives us this card. And so your future self is letting you know, for those of you who don't feel this way, that it is very much possible. But I keep hearing like you need to communicate verbally what it is that you want. What are you saying each day? I need to ask that. Like what kind of conversations are you having? Because there's an advice here overall as well to ground yourself in your actions. Like what actions ground you? Like what are your habitual actions that don't, for some reason, like they continue but they don't bring you this? Now, your ego. What part of your ego do you need to drop? For some of you, sometimes when you are feeling really good, like you can get kind of sassy and come off the cuff and say something a little fiery. That isn't for all of you, but there is an advice here a little bit about communication within your ego. Maybe it's your ego talking instead of like this actual person, instead of you talking to you. For some of you, it has to do with sex. But I think more than anything, it's about something about your own independence, like how you view that. I also feel like he's not walking into the like he's not walking, he's just standing here. Looking at this stick, like each of them have one wand in their hand. And the Three of Wands is about expectation. So maybe that's really what it is in your ego. There's an expectation of other people and your view on how you shall move, like how you're supposed to move forward. You need to look at it in a more mature light, because you actually have for a lot of you, you already have the experience to be able to view it in a different way. In a really solid way, because I mean, most of the time we all know that we end up getting what we want, you know, no matter what. Like, if you're a smoker and you're poor, you'll always get a pack of cigarettes. You know, sometimes you don't think you can make the rent, you always do. It's like, it all works out no matter what, and we can all figure out how to juggle it. But you don't have to make it, like, your strength right now is that you know how to juggle things, but I feel like you're starting to realize that you don't have to. There's two twos. I feel like for a lot of you, your strength is that you've had to do a lot of things on your own. You've been a giver. For others of you, that is definitely not the case. But the ones that I'm speaking to now, 2 6s, 2 2s. Yeah, you gotta talk about what you're working on, what you want to work on, whether that's in yourself or in your life, in your money, in the arts, even in your emotions. Like, I want to wake up and be happy. Like, I mean, I can't say it enough, but there's some people out there that wake up, they don't stretch, they don't drink water, they don't brush their teeth. They just get up and turn on the TV and get on their phone. Be grateful for everything you have. Be grateful for the body that you're given, for this life. There are people that are less fortunate than you that you could help. We can all help. If we all helped a little bit, it would make it easier. So I think saying that too, there's something about that where togetherness is a really important, to build a better structure, community. Who's your community? Because your advice is to give more, but to give to yourself first. That's not selfish. That's how you get this Ace of Cups, is by taking care of yourself. Stretching, drinking enough water, really taking time. Yeah, maybe your schedule's crazy, but don't you deserve 5, hey, let's get wild, 10 minutes of silence, laying on the floor with your arms reached up above your head, will rejuvenate you. 10 minutes. It's important. Just no TV, no music, no nothing. Just listen. Listen to your body. Listen to your environment. What does your mind say? You know, things like that. It's really important. Really important. I feel like I want to do a word oracle too. These ones. Some of you, your son is really important to you. Low. How? Okay, some of you, there's an advice here to pay attention. Something that used to make you really excited, you now realize is really not, it's negative for you. It's almost toxic, or was toxic. And it put you in a lower position than you needed to be. The owl. The owl. So the owl's your animal for sure this month, which is all about being wise, which is all about communication, which is all about quiet. You don't hear an owl. I don't know if for those of you who have never seen or been in the woods or what have you, you can't hear them fly. They are so ninja. They're like, you'll feel them before you hear them. And I think that goes back to what I just said about laying 10 minutes a day. 10 minutes, that's nothing. That's 4 commercials. I love this letter game. Man. Alright. I'm really wishing you the best. And please let me know what you think about these. I would love to hear your opinion. It's very important. Your opinion. Alright, Pisces. Till next time. Peace.